addicted to on YouTube, everybody would, like hundreds of people were like, I just started watching that. YouTube recommended that to me. Like, how did that happen? You know, this little guy with a tow truck company is now pushed on everybody's laps. And now he just went over 100,000 subscribers the other day. And it was like months ago that he was just had like 10.
That's the argument some people have made, that's how fast the Paul brothers, they grew, and they grew so fast on YouTube that some people thought there was something up. They gained like millions of followers within a week or two of being on there, and they were coming from another platform.
Well, it's also, there's coming from another platform is giant, but it's also, all it really takes is one person deciding that whatever the fuck you did was funny or weird or crazy, like that Cash You Outside girl.
Yeah.
Well, that girl's, you know, managed by the same people that own TMZ, and that's why you see it on TMZ every day.
I was going to bring up, if you watch the Fire Festival documentary, there's an explanation of, they show how they spread the FuckJerry guys, the marketing team spread that with that orange picture. It was a coordinated event over hundreds of different social media accounts.
For her? For the Cash Me Outside girl? For Fire Festival?
Yeah, for the Fire Festival, yeah.
Fire Festival.
To catch everybody's, because there are a team of people, there are agencies that have all these influencer accounts. They pay them. They don't have to accept the money or accept the offer, accept the campaign, but oftentimes they do.
So it's like a talent agency.
100%. Yeah.
Interesting.
They're gonna need to share a new person. You need to launch the next voice, and it's like, oh, here's a new song, here's a new movie. It's just a new way to spread stuff,
bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool watching how many people are unsubscribing to FuckJerry and the Fat Jew, though. That's
yeah, but are they? I looked at it the other day. They have like 14 million.
They lost 500,000 in like a weekend.
Really?
It's a significant amount.
Last time I looked, it was 14.7. Then it was 14.1. I haven't looked today.
Whoa.
But that's coming from, I think, a video someone shared this week. I think Vic Berger made a video that got spread around, and
they took his video, right?
I think that's what he said.
I think I saw it on Vic Berger's page.
There's a few comics that have posted videos like, hey, you know, Fat Jew stole this, you know, and I tried to reach out. They never got back to me. He got 10 million. What do you think about this idea, though? Like, that's kind of piracy, you know? Like,
yes.
And so Instagram's allowing and Twitter's allowing piracy?
Well, I think they're allowing these people to post videos because you don't really know where it came from. There's no proof, right? Like if you find a meme, like how many times you posted a meme, I repost whoever sent it to me if someone sends it to me, but sometimes I'll just find it in a Google search, and you got to figure out who made that meme, and if I find their Instagram account, then I'll try to find it and repost it. But some people don't. And I haven't in the past. Like I did that one with Baked Alaska got mad at me because there was one with Alex Jones sitting in a hot tub, and it's like when your friends are trying to chill, but you have to keep dropping truth bombs. It was hilarious. I didn't know it was his. Right. I just posted it because someone sent it to me. Someone sent it to me in a text message, I think. But those things have a creator, right? And I know like Eddie Bravo makes his own. He makes some sometimes, but he'll send some to me or post some online that he finds that are funny too. And everybody tries to credit the person who did it, right? But now what they do is they take it and they credit the person, but they didn't for so long.
A lot of times they're crediting fake accounts, so they'll make a fake account.
They have
put that meme there and just
I've
do
seen
it
that too.
So they're not getting busted in the way you're just explaining.
I've seen that too. Well, what is that about though? Because that seems like deception.
It's just the way around that backdooring that qualification of it needs to be on an account. We need to point to somebody. Okay, well, we'll point to this account.
But it's not even a real account.
Right.
And if they find, like, they'll post stuff and then later add the person because the person contacts them. And so they're almost like, that's admitting to piracy. Like, we did
is
pirate.
It though? I mean, because if they just reposted it, a lot of folks, including me, do that.
Yeah, but they're making money. Other people are not.
Yeah. That's important. I don't make any money off my Instagram.
Right. They're making millions.
Yeah, I just I've been offered to post stuff up, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't if something was fucking killer and they wanted to give me money. I'm greedy. I'll take some money, but I wouldn't lie about it. And I haven't yet. I've never accepted any money yet.
Yeah, because it's also, I think, in Instagram's law that you have to put that it's an ad if you're making money off of it.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing that both FuckJerry and Fat Jew are not doing. They're not putting an ad.
I just want to, like, to devil's advocate this, though. Is there a place for them, for those accounts? Like, is there a place to be the retweeter of the memes, to be that guy, to be that account, you know? Like, Isn't that valuable, sort of?
Yes, it is a curator position. Yeah, it's kind of valuable. But the question is, like, if it is valuable and it becomes something almost like redistributing your stand-up, if you're doing a set. Like if stand-up sets were, something that you could get everywhere and you could just repost it on your page, but then your page became super popular because you have all these people stand-up sets, like Spotify. Spotify gets ads, right? But they pay the artists a little bit, but mostly they make all the money.
Yeah, I don't know if it's you like say sorry later, you just do it and say I'm sorry, we'll figure it out after the fact, or you get it all figured out.
Business-oriented things that have art in them, as opposed to art-oriented things that start making money. They're two very different things. So this is not an art thing. This is they find other people's art and they sell it. They're pushing it. They create these accounts. The accounts get giant. People pass it around because they're just finding funny things, and then they start profiting. But all the people that created all the intellectual property get zero money, which is weird.
I don't remember, but I only learned more about this when Exit for the Gift Shop came out. Isn't that what Andy Warhol sort of did?
I don't know, and I don't care. I mean, maybe he did. Maybe he did. But the thing about it is that this is happening right now on the internet. It's a totally different animal. I mean, Andy Warhol wasn't running around taking exact photo duplicates and putting them on his website for sale. Like this is when someone's doing on an Instagram page is like you could within seconds take a piece and put it somewhere else. It's seconds. Yeah. Brian posts something. I think it's funny. Ha ha. I go to copy. I go to the fucking repost app. I put it in there. Repost it. It's seconds later. You could do that all day. And if you hire kids, I don't know if he has people working for them, but if these guys do, they hire people for fucking $20 an hour or whatever, and these people just do it all day long. They just find funny shit all day long. They look for certain hashtags.
Meme factories are what they're called.
Yeah. Yep. And there's some people that have made some funny ones all their own. A lot of people that are just doing that all. I know Dalia has done a bunch of them. And then there's also one that they do where they steal people's act and make a meme out of it and then post that on their page. That's where it gets even more slippery because you're talking about like stand-ups acts. And you're making money off it. How much are they making off each post? I mean, I don't know, but these are multi-million-dollar businesses.
And right? The punchline. So now you have this 10-minute joke that everyone knows the punchline because they saw it on Facebook. That's like spoiler alert. Come on.
For sure, if you're still doing that material, if it wasn't on Netflix or a Comedy Central special or something, for sure, that sucks.
I guess it's always happened though, hasn't it? TV shows have been accused of stealing.
They have stolen.
Yeah, it's happened on.
Dude, they did it to Kevin James. I saw it happen. Kevin James was at the, he had a development deal for NBC back in the Disney, back when we were young pups. Both of us were like 27 or some shit. Maybe he's a little older than that. That was like during the news radio days. So we were probably like in our 30s. And he had this development deal, nice development deal. They were paying him a lot of cash, a lot of paper. And they were setting up a sitcom around him. So they had him do a set at a theater in Hollywood. And I was there, and he does this set, and there's all these writers from various sitcoms. And the very next season, one of his best jokes is on an episode of a television show that's very popular. Very popular. Yeah. And they fucking stole his bit, man.
I guess that's where I was going, because that was in the 90s. So, like, we're now 25 years later. The new popular medium is Instagram and social media.
Yeah,
How different is that?
Well, it's different because there's accountability now. Because now people know that if you wrote a meme and you put it up on your site and then FuckJerry comes along and steals your shit and doesn't credit you for it and just puts it up there, you know what they did. Unless someone sent it to them and didn't attribute it to you, which is possible, but it seems much more likely that what they were doing on purpose for the longest time. And they thought that's what you could do on the internet. It's a Wild West. You could just take memes and you could become famous. And look, that fat Jewish guy did it. I mean, that guy became famous. Whether you agree with his methods or not, it worked. He's got his crazy hair. He shows you, like he's this crazy looking guy, and he has all these funny memes that somebody else wrote. And they're all up on his Instagram page, and it worked. And people don't like him now. There's a lot of people that don't like him. People get real shitty with him in person. They don't want him doing appearances. They know what he did. So there's a certain number of people that go, hey man, you're a thief. Like, this is not cool. Like, what you did is not cool. But then there's certain people that don't care. And then there's certain people that think, well, what he did was just what anybody did back then. It was the Wild West. No one thought about it. And once he established that business model and it was effective, it was probably very hard for him to slow it down or to attribute things to people or to admit that he didn't do it for all that amount of time.
It just bugs me that companies pay these guys knowing that they do this, or like as a fat Jew, he's like signed with CAA, who's signed with a bunch of comedians that he probably took. You know, they're taken from the same basket. So it's like,
it is weird, right?
Yeah.
Now, if he was going on stage and doing their acts,
He's been doing appearances, right? He's got a book. He's been on TV shows.
well, I don't know what's in.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing.
But
I don't
maybe
wanna
he's
accuse
showing.
him of that. But he's obviously used it for profit. He's figured out a way to profit. It's weird. He must be weirded out by this FuckJerry thing too, because he must be sitting there going, okay, I'm right here. You guys gonna leave me alone? It's Comedy Central was advertising on the FuckJerry page, which is like Jesus, folks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like Jesus, folks. Can I just sit you guys down? Go over a little history of comedy?
Well, I mean, Mind and Sia, they didn't learn then either. You know.
Well, that was while it was happening, though.
Yeah.
They did learn eventually. They let it go eventually, but that was also because the ratings had dropped through the floor. You know, comedy's not fucking easy to make up. You know, especially like meme kind of comedy that's done by folks that are working in offices. Meme kind of comedy is some of the funniest fucking comedy on earth, and it's done by regular people. It's not like it's not like most memes are written by high-level satirists that work for the New Yorker. No, they're fucking regular folks who think something's funny, you know?
I think what's going to happen is as technology improves, being able to scan a photo and go, well, we could tell the first time this was ever put on the internet was from this little girl. She took a photo of it. It has all the data in the picture, and it's now used on this meme that's making this much money, and this meme then it's going to be kind of broken down like like any kind of artist.
Yeah,
musician.
I guess. I mean,
That's the idea for the argument for the blockchain getting involved in here, because you can tie that. I guess it can be in the data, in the bits. Like,
now let me ask you this: what if someone uses a picture of your band? Say you have a band. They use a picture of your band, and then they have a funny meme under the picture of your band. Yeah. Who owns that then?
That's what happened. Like, I think Beyonce tried to get that picture taken off the internet from her from the Super Bowl a couple years ago because it was like a bad picture. She didn't like how she looked in it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but
how the fuck does that lady take a bad picture? She doesn't. Somebody needs to talk to her.
Yeah.
And go, listen, it's good. It's not your best, but you look fucking great. Like if that shit was on Tinder, you wouldn't be going. Eh.
It's like, if someone was paying for that meme, should Beyonce get some of the money? Or
that's the question you would have with like a corporation, right? Which should someone be able to grab photos that are out in the public domain, make something with it, and then profiting? There's been a lot of bands, I'm sure. That's why I said bands, because they're like really good at protecting copyright and their logo and shit. If you had like the Kiss band logo, you don't think Gene Simmons would come at you? He's coming at you with some lawyers, 100%, right? That's just what he's going to do. But it's who owns those photos? If it's like Gene Simmons like spitting fire out, and
I think if you took the photo and the cameras were allowed inside the event, you took it. It's
right, but it's
photographer.
Not what the case is though. Most of the photographs are people that are they're just putting them up online, and someone takes it. It's like say if Gene Simmons spitting fire, and it has a joke about eating a hooker's pussy or something, like whatever it is, like make something funny there. But like if that's online. And that becomes this giant meme that gets all these likes, and that's somehow or another how the fuck do you profit from Instagram? You don't profit from individual posts, but those individual posts will boost your signal.
Yeah.
Some posts are profited.
Instagram?
Yeah, you have to say ad on it.
Right, it has to say sponsored post, right?
Yeah. Well, legally it's supposed to, but I would probably say 90% of them aren't.
Right.
Like that.
A lot of people don't, right? Especially if it's like